Hey Peninsula, it's Pastor Jim here. There's an old Arab parable that says all sunshine and no rain makes a desert. Now, none of us want our lives to be a desert, so the rain is a good thing. But right now it feels like it's pouring, doesn't it? The world has just gone crazy. But it's in times like these, as we struggle with this pandemic and how to react to it and how to survive it, that we need to remember that this is just a valley that's short. Valleys, they are inevitable. Hard times always come in life. They're unpredictable. This one's definitely unpredictable. They're temporary, though. You know, no valley lasts forever. And so let's use this valley as God would want to use it in our lives. And so what do you do when you're going through a dark valley? Well, I always think back to Psalm 23. David said, what, at verse 4, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. A couple of truths from that I think that can help us even today. First is just refuse to be discouraged. He says, I will fear no evil. Sounds like a choice that he made. I'm not going to be afraid of anything, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I'm not going to run through it. I'm not going to panic through it. I'm going to refuse to be discouraged because I can't go around the valley or under it or over it. So I got to go through it. So I'm going to choose to not be discouraged. It's a choice we make. And second, we need to remember that God is with us, which is why we can choose to not fear. David says, for or because you will be with me. You're with me every moment. Isaiah 43:2, when you go through deep waters and great trouble, I will be with you. He's talking about God, and it's a wonderful thing to know God's with us. And if you look carefully at Psalm 23 again, there's a very interesting turn of pronouns at verse 4. The first three verses are all about He leads me beside still waters. He guides me into green pasture. He restores my soul, third person. And then once the valley comes, it all becomes second person. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You see, it's in the valleys of life that bring us face to face with God. That's when I need him the most. It's when religion becomes relationship. And then refuse to be discouraged. Remember God is with us. And third, I think the text says to rely on God's protection and guidance. Your rod, your staff, they comfort me. Shepherds are really good at using both of those things. And God is as well. So as we go through the valley of the shadow, depend on his direction and his guidance. Because shadows are always bigger than the reality. Shadows can't ever hurt you. And behind every shadow is a bright, shining source of light. And behind ours is the light of the world. So don't look at the shadows. Look at the light. We're going to have disappointments. It's going to be hard and difficult. But I can choose not to fear. I can personalize my relationship with God in these days. And I can look beyond the shadow to the light. Because God is with us. Is it hard? Of course it's hard. But don't forget who's behind the shadow. Have a great day.